Super Bowl 56. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Bengals coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, it was maybe the most unlikely Super Bowl run we've seen in a long time. What a story. The Bengals had not won a playoff game since January of 1991. 4-11-1 last year, 2-14 the season before that. Bottom line, though, here they are, the AFC champs.
And Brandon, this is one of the more remarkable turnarounds in NFL history in recent years. In fact, most of the guys on this team weren't even born the last time they won a playoff game. Although, not that long ago, they had a stretch where they were in the playoffs seemingly every year, but couldn't win a playoff game. Now they've gotten that done. They're back in the Super Bowl. And remember, 2 Super Bowl appearances in their history. Number 16 and 23. Unfortunately, both times they ran into Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers.
Meanwhile, the LA Rams, they are back in the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 years. Remember, they lost Super Bowl 53 to the Patriots in Atlanta 13-3. But here they are trying to be the second team in 2 years after Tampa Bay last year to win the Super Bowl in their home stadium.
And we go back to that Super Bowl loss to the Patriots, and remember, they were an offensive juggernaut at that time. They only put up 3 points in that game, and they have been a little bit of a tough team to pin down over the last few years. They've had their shares of ups and downs, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but they've always had that great defense, and they're looking to ride that crew to a Super Bowl crown.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On third down, Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This Super Bowl, of course, is a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
From the 41, Burrow. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Able to shake him off. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Mixon with a first down and more. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Bengals are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford.
And apparently all Matt Stafford needed was a ticket to L.A. to get his postseason career on track. Never won a playoff game in his decade-plus. In Detroit. But he cleared that hurdle a few weeks back, and now he has the Rams in position to play for the ultimate prize and in their home stadium.
On first down, it's Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Off The fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From midfield now, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 37. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Von Miller in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Second and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he floats one there, incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one because now you've got a third and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now, Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Now it's Burrow. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away.
Back deep, Brandon Powell.
Yards that time on the punt, and the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Sam Hubbard, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
That's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you, so the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl. So
touchdown, LA! Odell Beckham, 75 yards.
tying this Super Bowl at 7. Well, normally the first thing most fans think of with Odell Beckham are the one-handed catches, right? But he's also pretty darn good, Charles, with the ball already in his hands.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Grant handling it on the stop.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Here's Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 33.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff to Mixon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And what would the dive look that time? The defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This will be from 49 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this third quarter, as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown. But the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. 52 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Trey Hendrickson drops it for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
So that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun to give to Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, the clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. On 1st and 10, Stafford.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison and the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. So Matthew Stafford in the offense. Down by 10. A little under 2.5 to go. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and a couple, Stafford into the hands of Beckham. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Stafford now to throw.
They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And that is incomplete.
Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back. But when you're in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance. It just was unsuccessful.
So that one will be accepted. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.